visit my www.technodivatraining.com, what you will see is there's tons of tips and tricks and resources that I list. I blog, and like I said, my Facebook group, you can ask me questions and you can get information. And I actually pull a lot of the times from those questions and those interactions what I'm going to share on my Tech Talks, which I do once a month, first Tuesdays. Today, I decided to do smartphones because I've run across a couple of different business owners who have smartphones, but they don't necessarily maximize the use of them. I did this first presentation a few years back when someone was like, well, what would you say are the most important things to have on this phone, or why is it important to have a smartphone? In my Business Basics Bootcamp, what we go through are the essential things every business owner needs to have. Go beyond just your smartphone. It's like the whole gambit to really be effective so you can take your business to the next level. And one of the things we talk about are smartphones. And people say, oh, you know, some people were very resistant, others have adapted. If you want to know why, visit my website. There's a wonderful blog, Phone 101. And on that blog, I really just break it down for you, why you want to have a smartphone for your business. The basic salient points are, it helps you stay in communication while you're on the go. It frees you up to be able to live your life and do your business. For many of us who are new and or emerging business owners, full-time job, which means we're trying to work our business while doing our other business, or while we're doing our job, or while we're trying to raise our kids, etc., etc. With that being the case, you don't always have the luxury to sit down in front of a desk and get it. Now, long ago, we didn't have these kind of tools, and people had to just make it work. So it is possible to run your business without using a smartphone. But for the Lord of me, I would never understand why we would want to do that when you have other resources available. So with that being said, visit me online, www.technodivatraining.com. If you go into the tips and tricks area or into the blog area, you'll find is Smartphone 101, which is a great blog where I break this down even more. All right. So I'm going to go through the rest of this presentation, assuming you get it. And if you don't, blog it is. So you go to technodivatraining.com, tips, smartphone 101, or if you go over here to resources, the drop-down menu will say tips and tricks, and you'll find an easy link to it there. So that's what the website looks like. So I invite you to visit and take advantage of it. Okay, so we're going to that you get it and you've decided to go ahead, join the team, get your smartphone. Once that's been done, now what? Well, going this way. Now that that's been done, we can talk about optimizing said smartphone so that it's going to save you time, energy, and ideally make you money. This is going to go by pretty quick, but the download of my top 10 apps for business owners is available on the website. So make sure you go and grab a copy. All right, so let's talk smartphone. Let's talk apps. Now, these apps, because whether you have an iPhone or an Android device or maybe even a Windows device, which when people ask me what I think they should get, I normally say stick to the big two. Apple or iPhone or an Android, because most of the apps out there are built for these two platforms. The Windows machine is on the come up, but we want things to be easier for us. We don't want to have to be frustrated searching around trying to find an app. You want to go with what's established. Back in the day, that used to be the BlackBerry. They were the first smartphones on the market. Unfortunately, they didn't keep up with the time, so I can't really put them in the running. But if you go for an iPhone or an Android device, you can pretty much find all these apps or something very comparable that's going to work on your platform. So let's get down to it. Top 10 every business, every entrepreneur should have. Number one, email. It kind of goes without saying one of the main reasons people get their smartphone is that they're able to get their email. If you look at last month's talk, which was Google Guru, you'll see how I talk about using Google Apps for your business and why I'm such a fan of that platform. If you didn't, like I said, go check last month's Tech Talk, and I drew it in detail. It's videotaped, so you'll be able to watch it at your leisure. So not only are you using email, but in particular, I recommend using Gmail. And if not Gmail, whatever you're using as your platform for your business and your email, you want to have that integrated with your phone. And I don't mean going to your website, logging in, and using it that way. You want it to be integrated. One of the great things smartphones have is they have a basic email function that if you go through and set it up, almost any email service, especially if you're hosting your own, which is what they call a POP3 or an IMAP type account, you can get your email directly on your phone, check it, send it. And the reason you want to do this is that it allows you to keep track and it syncs things. The reason I like using the Google platform, the Google Apps platform for business, is that it makes this integration very, very, very simple. All you have to do is log in with your email address and your password. The setup on the other end, if you're not using your email being hosted through Google, still doable, but you might need to call me up and let me go ahead and make that happen for you because it's going to take a little bit of figuration. Number 2, calendar management. Goes back to the same thing. You might use Outlook. You can use a lot. You might use your Yahoo calendar. The reason, but whatever calendar system you're using, you want to make sure you can access it live in real time using your phone. If you're out at an event, you meet someone, networking, or a trade show, whatever it may look like for you, you really want to be able to take a look at your calendar, see what kind of commitments you have before you commit to something. See, if you haven't done that, then you run the risk of overbooking yourself or double booking yourself, or even worse, forgetting a major event. Because as business owners, we have a million things going on. I know for me, if it's not in my calendar, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to forget it. What's great about using something like the Google Calendar, and even the Yahoo Calendar can be integrated with your phone and probably Hotmail. But if we go back again to the Google Guru, or even I think Apple has a suite of services you might be able to use, it allows you to sync things. So whatever you put on your desktop will go and you'll see it on your phone and vice versa. So you'll really be able to get a snapshot of your life, because especially with the Gmail calendar feature, you can have multiple calendars. So mine are even color coded. So I can see what's happening with different projects, be it family, business A, business B, whatever that looks like. Very powerful tool. Group text. Now, there's an actual wonderful program I like, and it's called GroupMe, but there's other group texts. But what's nice about this is that if you have clients or people who you're coming with, or if you have a team of people, this allows you to keep track of the conversations or what you're sending out, or to send send text out to large numbers of people at one time. Now, you don't want to abuse this because your phone provider will track it. But if you have an email or a text message that you want to send out to anywhere from, let's say, 20 to 30 people at a time, and you don't want to sit there and every single time enter their information, which can be time consuming, you can create a group. Again, like my Google Suite, I can create a group in Google. So let's say I'm running a fitness challenge or doing some kind of group coaching event, and I've got 10 people in that group. I can make a group within my Gmail contact management tool and then access it from this group text program. So anytime I want to send an encouraging text or an update or a tip or a trick out to this group of people, I just hit send. It makes it a lot easier. It's one of those things that can really increase your efficiency, and you can spend time managing and more time doing. Right, number 4, contact management software. You want to be able to keep track of who you're communicating with, and that's what CMS is good for. Now, at a level, you could use your email for that, but contact management goes to kind of takes that to the next level. Who I've been using, actually I should update this, is I'm using a program integrated with Google Apps. One is called Batchbook, the other is called Insightly. The reason I like Batchbook It's really great at managing my contacts, putting them in groups. It integrates well with my email management. It allows me to do sign-up forms on my website so my customers can sign up to request information directly right from my website, and it puts them into easy to manage lists. It tags them so I know who was interested in what, how we became acquainted. And every time I send out an email communication, I can carbon copy my contact management software, and it keeps track of the email correspondence that I've been doing, or any kind of correspondence. I can do follow-ups. I can remind myself, call this person back, put notes in there. It's a really wonderful tool to be able to provide good customer service to people and make it easier for you to remember them, remember the specifics about them without keeping all that data in your head. So Backrate Nimble is a great one as well as Insightly, and I'll update that on the website. Most of them have a free introductory version, or they'll have a very low-cost solution, and it'll allow you to grow. I know with Insightly, you can have up to about 2,000 contacts when you first get started, and then when you're ready to upgrade, you upgrade. A lot of the things that I will recommend are going to be free or very low cost, or they may have a trial period, something that's going to let you get started, but it's not going to break the bank, but then they have the capacity for you to grow. Next up, SkyDrive Cloud Storage. You probably heard about the cloud. That's wonderful. How it relates to you as it relates to your business is that you want to be able to have access to your crucial files, presentations, and documents on the go. I love the Google Drive program because it's more than just sharing or storing your files. It allows you to edit them. I can do invoices on the go. Again, I can collaborate with people. I have a tablet that I use a lot of the times. It's bigger than my phone, but same concept. And it's worth it. So if you're not using that tool, definitely, at a minimum, you can use it for backing up crucial documents and to send large files to people. Definitely recommend this. Outside of Google Drive, there's a SkyDrive by Microsoft, and of course, if you haven't heard of it by now, there's a tool called Dropbox. That's also really cool. Mobile payment solution. Now, if you are not using this right now, you got to get with it. If you use your smartphone for nothing else, and I mean for nothing else, use that phone to help you make money. There are at least 3 major players in the mobile payment solutions game. There's the Square, PayPal here, and then Intuit has its Go Payments. Now, there are probably players in the marketplace. I'm kind of giving you what I call the top 3, the big 3 here. I love it. Anywhere I am, if I want to book someone, get a deposit, sell a book, anything that looks like, accept payment for a speaking engagement, whatever that may look like, if someone has a credit card, I can take their money. You don't ever want to be in a situation where someone wants to pay you, but maybe they don't have cash or you don't have change, whatever that looks like, and you're like, okay, I'll call you back. No, I keep my card reader on me so that anytime there's opportunity for me to use that bad boy to create and get a payment, it's done. Most of the services are free or very low cost. Again, they'll send you the reader for, I should say, for free. And